Have you ever met someone and thought, finally, this is the connection I've been waiting for? That lightning bolt moment where you feel seen, heard, and completely adored from the very first second. It feels like a dream, right? But what if I told you that sometimes the dream is actually a carefully constructed trap? Today, I want to get personal with you. I have watched two of my close friends, Elena and Mark, go through this, and seeing them fall apart broke my heart. It starts with something called love bombing. But the part that comes after, the part no one warns you about, is even more dangerous. It's called mental packaging. We are going to break down why your brain gets addicted to these people and how they try to rebrand who you are and how you can actually heal. This isn't just about toxic exes, it's about understanding the biology of your own heart. Let's talk about my friend Elena first. She met this guy and for first 3 weeks her phone didn't stop buzzing. It was good morning beautiful every single day. He would send her playlist of songs that reminded him of her. He even started talking about where they would live in 5 years. Elena was glowing. She felt like she was finally the protagonist of her own romance movie. But then the first glitch happened. Elena had a brutal week at work and told him she needed a Friday night just to root on her couch and decompress alone. The shift was terrifying. He went silent for 2 days. When he finally called her, his voice was like ice. He said, "I thought you cared about us. I guess I'm just a low priority for you." Suddenly, Elena wasn't the one anymore. She was the disappointment. She felt this crushing guilt for a basic human need, just a little bit of space. Then there is my buddy Mark. Mark met this guy, let's call him Alex, and at first it was incredible. In the gay dating world, where things can sometimes feel superficial or fleeting, Alex felt like a breath of fresh air. He told Mark he was the most grounded and authentic man he'd ever met. He wanted Mark with him at every dinner, every party, every moment. Mark felt chosen. He felt special, but slowly, the love bombing turned into something darker, mental packaging. Alex started making suggestions about Mark's life. He'd say, "You are so talented. Why do you hang out with those guys? They are holding you back." Or, for example, "You'd look so much better if you dress more like this." Whenever Mark tried to set a boundary or disagree, Alex would use Mark's own vulnerabilities against him. He would say, "I'm just trying to help you be the best version of yourself. Why are you being so defensive?" Mark started losing his identity. He wasn't a partner anymore. He was a project that Alex was trying to repackage into his own image. We need to talk about this term, mental packaging. Think of love bombing as a marketing campaign. They sell you a version of themselves that is perfect, and they treat you like you're a god. But once they know you are hooked, they start the packaging phase. This is where they try to fit you into a specific box. They start subtle criticism, they test your loyalty by picking fights, and they make you feel like you have to earn their love back. They aren't loving you, they are loving the version they can control. The moment you step out of that package by having your own opinion or seeing your own friends, or just being yourself, they punish you. They punish you usually with the silent treatment or by making you feel like you're crazy. You might be thinking, why didn't Mark and Elena just leave? Well, it's because their brains were literally hijacked by chemistry. When you are being love bombed, your brain is a chemical factory full of hormones. Let's talk about dopamine. This is the reward chemical. Every text, every compliment gives you a massive hit. It's the same biological mechanism triggered by compulsive, reward seeking activities. Another important hormone is oxytocin, the bonding hormone. It creates the deep sense of trust. It makes you feel safe even when you aren't. When the abuser suddenly pulls away, your brain goes into physical withdrawal. You are literally detoxing from that person. This also leads to a psychological trap called intermittent reinforcement. Imagine an automated feedback system. If it never provided a reward, you would immediately lose interest. But if the reward is delivered randomly and unpredictably, it creates a compulsive engagement loop. When your partner is cold for 3 days and then suddenly brings you coffee and says, "I'm sorry, I love you so much," your brain gets massive confused flood of chemicals. This makes the bond 10 times stronger than a normal relationship. You aren't staying for the person they are now. You are staying for the possibilities of that next win. So if you are in this or if you have just escaped, how do you fix a heart that's been hijacked? The most important rule: strict no contact. It's your rehab. You have to treat this attachment like a dependency. You can't just be friends with a toxic cycle. Checking their Instagram or just seeing how they are is a microdose of the poison. You need to clear chemicals out of your system, and that takes time and total silence. You have to accept a very painful truth. The person from the first month doesn't exist. That was a costume. It's called mask realization. The person who is ignoring you, judging you, or packaging you right now, that is the real person. Stop mourning the hologram and start looking at the reality. This is a time to audit your circle. Isolation is a huge part of the game. Go back to the people who you knew before this relationship. My friend Mark had to reconnect with these old friends that Alex had told him to drop. Reconnecting with people who actually see the real you helps break the spell of the packaging you. Forgive your biology and stop calling yourself naive or weak. Your brain was working exactly how it was evolved to work, seeking connection. You were targeted because you have a lot of love to give. That's a superpower. Don't let a manipulator turn it into a flaw. Recovery isn't a straight line. Some days you will feel strong, and other days you will be staring at your phone wishing they would call. That's okay. That's the withdrawal talking. But understanding these patterns is the first step to making sure it will never happen again. I'm really curious to hear your thoughts on this. Does the idea of mental packaging, that feeling of being reshaped by someone else, resonate with you? Do you think we as a society glamorize intense romances a bit too much? Drop a comment below. I would love to hear your perspective on this topic. Let's talk about it. I'm Jaromir. Thanks for spending some time with me today. If this helped you, maybe it will help a friend too. Feel free to share it. I will see you in the next session. And subscribe for more psychological breakdowns.